Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about how to figure out how much money you're really making from an investment. It's called the real rate of return. We'll also talk about how taxes can lower your return even more. If you live in Canada and want to understand how much your investments are really making, keep watching. Let's dive in. A big hello to you and welcome here. My name is Trevor Titosi, founder of Prairie Schooner Wealth Connections. For the best wealth building and wealth keeping info, subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notifications bell to be notified when I upload new videos. So here we go with 5 simple points explaining the real rate of return on investments. Point number 1, what is the real rate of return? The real rate of return is the actual profit you make from your investment after you account for inflation. Inflation is when prices go up over time, which means your money doesn't go as far as it used to. Even if your investment grows, inflation might reduce the value of your returns. So it's important to calculate how much you're really earning after inflation. Point 2, what do you need to calculate it? To calculate the real rate of return, you need 2 things. Your nominal rate of return. This is the percentage your investment grew, not counting inflation. For example, if you invested $100 and earned $5, that's a 5% return. Second thing is the inflation rate. This shows how much prices increased that year. In Canada, inflation is tracked using something called the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. You can find the inflation rate online or from your bank. Point number 3, the formula for real rate of return. Here's the formula to find out that real rate of return. The real rate of return equals your nominal rate, subtract your inflation rate. This formula helps you see how much money you really made after factoring in inflation. Leave a comment in the section below and tell me if you knew about how much inflation can really take a bite out of your investment returns. After this video, check out the video I created titled, "What is a TFSA?" to learn more about that account and how it might help you keep more of your savings and investments in your own pocket. The link is in the description below. Anyway, on with the show. We've been talking about real rate of return, and I have to add the corny line, but wait, there's more, which means more to take away from your rate of return. Let's get into the last 2 points to consider about real rate of return on savings and investments. The next point is that taxes affect your returns too. Now let's talk about something else that affects how much you earn, which is in fact taxes. In Canada, you usually have to pay taxes on the money you earn from investments. This can make your returns even lower. Here's what you need to know. If you have an investment in a regular account, not something like a TFSA, the government takes a percentage of your profits as taxes. How much tax you pay depends on your income and the type of investment. Some investments are taxed more than others, like interest from savings accounts are taxed fairly high. So after paying taxes, your real rate of return can drop even more. Let's look at an example. Point number 6, the example of how taxes affect your return. Let's say you earned 6% on an investment and inflation was 2%. You also need to pay 20% tax on your profits. So first, calculate your return after taxes. If you earned 6%, paid 20% tax, you only keep 80% of your profit. So you multiply your return by 80%. Now your after-tax return is 4.8%. Step 2 is you do the math and take away the inflation, and you find out that after taxes and inflation, your real rate of return is only about 2.75%. That's much lower than the 6% you started with, and most people assume that's the money that's actually theirs. An important point to remember is that this calculation is based on a tax rate of 20%, and in Canada, we have a tax rate as high as 50%. And there you have it. Now you know how to calculate the real rate of return on an investment in Canada and how taxes can lower your returns even more. It's important to understand both inflation and taxes so you can see how much you're really making from your own investments. If you calculated your real rate of return, especially including the effect of tax, and want to learn about tax-efficient options for investing, click on the link below to become my client. Also, if you found value in this video and learned something today, please pay it forward and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend. Remember, at Prairie Schooner Wealth Connections, we work at keeping you on target with your money for the long haul.
Hey.
Thanks for watching. Bye for now.